with them technically being mutants, they have an X gene, which is what gives them their superpowers. And the interesting thing that I learned about the world or the universe of mutants with the X-Men is that it's just so many different ways that you can be a mutant, and there's so many different degrees of being a mutant. Like when I say that, I mean, you have your mutants who I feel like kind of have, it's so interesting. It's like the way it even correlates to, like, mutants are basically considered minorities, right? If that makes sense in the X-Men universe. And it's like, if you compare that to minorities of other kinds in different groups, like there's groups within minorities who feel like, there's certain groups within that minority group, if you're following me here, who have privilege over others. So, for example, I'm saying that to say, like, when it comes to the mutants, some of them have privilege where they can blend into society. And it's like, as long as they know how to control their mutant powers, right? Or they're not just obviously a mutant for whatever reason, like due to appearance or something like that, they can blend into modern society. And then it's like you have mutants where it's like their mutation, they can't help the way that they look. Like, for example, I could just say mutants like Mystique, Nightcrawler, and Beast, right? Mutants like that who naturally have different appearances, it's like they can't hide that because that's a part of their natural mutation. Well, Mystique, obviously, she can shapeshift, but I'm just saying these people in their natural forms, they have these mutations that they simply cannot hide like other people. So it's interesting to see the realism in that, something just as simple as that, because we deal with that in minority groups to a certain degree. Like, I could even give an example of that. Like, the clearest one I can think of, at least one that I can relate to that I can think of off the top of my head, is like, okay, for example, within the LGBT community, like, there's talk sometimes of how, okay, like, the trans community sometimes gets the most hate or negativity. And it's like, sometimes they believe, and I agree, I do believe there's truth to this, that, other groups within the LGBT community have privilege because, sometimes you do get a little bit more respect if you aren't trans, if that makes sense.